get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina, otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of their seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do it? They say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation, they do finances. I talk about traumedies. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
Hey, and welcome to week 2 of our 8-week summit. If this is your first time, I want to welcome you. I am Stars Tina, your life and health coach, now traumedy informed coach. And I am so grateful and so honored that God has gifted me with all of these traumedies so I can teach you how to turn your traumas and tragedies, which we call traumedies, into a triumph. So if this is your first time hearing that word traumedy, let me explain to you what it is. A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. Now, when this happens, life-changing experiences occur, and it happens to everybody. Unfortunately, children get passed by. Some adults just tend to forget or just think they're not going to remember or don't talk about it, and it's just going to ease away. But that is the farthest thing from the truth, my friends. Let me share with you. The purpose of my program, Traumedy No More for Kids, is one, to teach children how to tap into those uncomfortable feelings, the ones that people try to say, don't think about that. They don't talk about them. They just ignore them. Things like anxiety, things like stress, things like depression. And it starts from a very young age. It could be an infant hearing a lot of screaming in the house. It could be a 2-year-old watching their parents argue. It could be someone going to kindergarten or first grade and not having a brand new book bag like everyone else. It starts at a young age and it just keeps building and building and building. You could be an adult in your 20s and you get upset because your boyfriend didn't call you back in time. Or maybe in your 30s, you go to the supermarket and there's like a long line and you're freaking. All of these things start from a young age and they build and build and build. And if you never address how you truly feel, you really can't express what you're feeling. And if you can't express how you're feeling, no one's going to be able to support you or guide you on this thing called life. So in 7 weeks, we had this book, Traumedy No More for Kids, coming out. And each week I've decided to come on here and share with you something that's in the book that can expand your mindset, because that's where we begin with everything, is your mindset. Mindset is so very important. It's right up there with your attitude, right? Attitude is 95% of how I live my life. I do an attitude check, or maybe you say a vibe check. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling, right? It is so important. Now you may be saying, girl, I'm tired. I don't have time for this. I don't feel like it. I'm going to tell you a little secret, a little tiny secret. Are you ready? Fake it till you make it. F-A-K-E, fake it. Some people are like, I don't like to fake it. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. That's why I ease it over to faith it. F-A-I-T-H. Have faith in what you believe in and what God has given you, and it's going to make everything go right for you. So this week, it's all about journaling, the power of journaling. Now, if you're like me, someone on the 5th floor, 50 years or older, when you were younger, they had these things called diaries. Do you remember diaries? I'm sure guys don't. Did guys even use diaries? I don't know. But I remember there was like the little locket on the side, and you didn't want anyone to go into it to see what you were writing. Right? You were probably writing about a boy you liked in school or someone that you were mad at. Doesn't matter. But as we get older, we tend to just forget about these things. We don't do them at all. So first, I want to show you something. These are some goodies we have. This is our bag, by the way. If you want to purchase one of these bags, you just join our community and you get the bag. But I want to show you our journals. So these are our customized journals for the TRAUMEDY No More program. I love this color right here. It's a burgundy because burgundy is like a black or brown. It's a neutral color, but it gives a little bit of color, right? A little bit of color. We have here a bunch of empty lines. And in this journal, this is the place for you to just brain dump everything. Let me tell you, I remember a couple years ago, the only time I journaled was when I was in a bad mood. I would just like, and I got to a point when I would read them later on, I was like, girl, I don't know about this. Excuse me. I was always only journaling when I was very, very upset. And a few weeks ago, my health and life coach, excuse me, I'm in Jersey. I'm a little cold, so it's like, you know how that works. Anyway, my life and health coach says, Tina, I want you every day to just journal how you're feeling about gratitude. And I was like, I do that every day. Like, I don't know about you, but before my feet touch the floor, I repeat, I invite you to do the same thing. I must pour into myself first. I cannot speak to you. I cannot come to you from a cup that's low, from a cup that's empty. I have to be brewing. So I do all of that before I even get out of bed. It may start off with some stretching. It may start off with some praying, some meditation, some stillness, but I'm gonna journal. Yes. Now, I like to do it early in the morning, but then my coach was like, I only want you to write down what you're grateful for. I know Lisa Nichols does this. I know Oprah Winfrey does this. Most successful people do this. They write down what they are grateful for. But I went a little bit deeper with my gratitude. I said, you know what? I'm going to write down what I'm grateful for and why. Yeah. And sometimes I like to do little tiny things that we don't even think about, like our eyelashes. I love my eyelashes because I don't have the patience or energy for the fall season. They look kind of okay, right? But that's so important. Getting back to the journaling. So in the TRAUMEDY book right here, we have a section in the back of the book just for the kids. And this is what I want to talk about first. We call it a feel wheel, which is so important because again, whenever I say to someone, well, how are you feeling? And they'll say, I'm fine. That's what the average person says, right? They're fine. I don't know about you, but fine sucks, right? When I think of fine, it's like, I don't know, it's not a good thing. So when you're feeling fine, or at least you say you're fine, you're really not that good, right? So you might say, I'm feeling good. But when you're good, you're really feeling fine. Okay, T, I'm feeling great. But when you're great, you're really feeling good. This girl is really making me work. Okay. I'm amazing. You will hear me say that all the time. That is the name of our theme song. I am amazing. Yes. Because when you're amazing, you're great. I mean, you can go even higher than that, but it's all about your mentality. What do you see? What do you visualize? But first, you got to figure out how you're feeling, truly how you're feeling. And sometimes you're like, I don't know. I really don't know how I'm feeling. If I had my emoji chart up here, I'd put it up here with the different faces. Happy, mad, sad, angry. Fine is not a feeling, correct? So in this feel wheel here, it's broken down into 6 different sections. Each section has a subsection. Yes? So for example, and I said I was going to keep my glasses close, but that's okay. All right, here we go. So for example, there is a section here called scared. I'm feeling scared. Okay, well, let's drill down a little bit more or peel the onion back. I love saying that when I speak because there's a lot of things on the surface, but we want to go deep, right? Deep, deep, deep. So when we talk about scared, that's the first one. But inside of the scared feeling, you might feel threatened, insecure, rejected, intimidated, helpless, right? How are you feeling? And then the next one is loved, mad, sad, anxious, and happy. I'm going to read the ones in the happy because those are like good feelings. So you might say, I'm happy, which goes to playful, confident, hopeful, excited, and grateful. So you may feel one or more various of these things, yes? Now, once you actually know how you're feeling, then you have this other page here, my daily journal. Now, in this book here, we only put 7 pages so they can do it for a month. If you want more, like every day, then you can purchase this book right here, which gives you unlimited pages. So here, my daily journal. And for 1 week, the assignment is to just write out how you're feeling and what you're grateful for. Yes? So I am feeling amazing. I am grateful for the sun shining because it makes my skin feel good. It gives me vitamin D. I am feeling a little anxious because tomorrow I have a big presentation I have to do. And I am so grateful that I get to share everything I know about Traumedy with other people so they can transform the world, right? You just keep going and going and going. And these things are so important. And that's just one section in the book. We're talking about journaling. So if you want the opportunity, you can pre-order the book. When you pre-order the book, you get something from our Traumedy kit. And we have all sorts of stuff in here with our Traumedy kit. The Traumedy kit is a small little kit that has tools and things in it. For example, you might get a bracelet in there. And these are different bracelets that I made during COVID. I started this hobby right here. I had this bracelet here and it popped. So I went to Michael's. I said, I'm going to buy some to fix my bracelet. But then I went crazy and let's just say I've just been making bracelets. Okay. You might get a bracelet. You might get a keychain. You might get some Palo Santo. That's what you get with that. And you might be saying, well, you know what, Tina, I don't have any kids. Well, then you might want to get the book for a niece, a nephew. Maybe you're like, I don't really like kids. I'm not into kids. That's great. Because we've got my first book here, which is No More Traumedy. And this book right here is for adults who've gone through some type of loss. It could be the loss of a child, a loved one. It could be empty nest syndrome. It could be a divorce, whatever. So in this particular book, it tells a little bit about my Traumedy. And then at the back is the game changer. Let me tell you, the back shares, this was the toolkit, the emoji face I was telling you about before with the faces of how you're feeling. But the last chapter, it shares with you things you can do to get over those traumas and tragedies. And it's got like 20 different things. Here we go. Look at all these bullet points. All these bullet points of things you can do and then in depth and details. So this is another purchase that you can get if you don't want to get one for your kids to help you through your traumas and tragedies. I'm going to be here for 5 or 6 more weeks. I'm not sure. But the launch is November 23rd. We are having a fundraiser. I'm so excited. November 23rd in Rahway, New Jersey. That's when this book will be live. That's when we're having the fundraiser for the Molly Gaines program. And this is a program that I started over 8 years ago in honor of my sonny boy. And there's 3 major things that we are committed to doing. And we've been doing them, I can't even believe it, for over 8 years now. We started actually, we didn't even start small. We actually started pretty big. We had about 20 young men, and they would meet every Saturday at a facility in Rahway, and we had mentors come through, and the mentors taught them different things because that was my vision for this young men's group. I wanted to teach them how to be amazing men, like open the door for a lady, walk on the outside of the car. Okay, other stuff as well, like tie a tie, how to get a job. So we had mentors come in and teach them these things. And then we did community activities where Earth Day, we went outside and we cleaned up the park. We got some garbage bags and we were out there just cleaning up garbage. We also had some fun times where we went white water rafting and overnight camping. It was so much fun. And then we expanded this to the family. So that is one of our main projects that we love. It's our Molly Gaines retreat in the camp. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was great. We probably had about 8 or 10 different families that brought their children with them. So we're doing that again next year. So that's a fundraiser. And we want to be able to gift some young children an opportunity to go to this camping event. So that's one reason why we do the fundraiser. The second reason is we have our scholarship program. And it just makes me feel so good to know that even though my sonny boy was murdered, he's still remembered. His legacy lives on, right? For each young man that we give this scholarship to, it just reminds me of how great he was because he wanted to run his own business. This is a scholarship we give out once a year for a young person who wants to start their own business, so entrepreneurs. And then the third thing that we do in our program, that's our big signature event, is our events, which we did this year, which was our Health and Wellness Expo. This was a great event. We had over 30 sponsors, vendors. We had over 20 activities, enrichment activities to teach the children how to overcome those uncomfortable feelings like anxiety, stress, and depression. We had people coming through doing breath work. People were doing meditation or yoga or arts and crafts, right? It was absolutely amazing. So if you're just hearing about this Traumedy No More momentum movement, I want you to get on the bandwagon. Click the link on the bottom so you can sign up today for the fundraiser or sign up today for the book launch, because I don't know if you heard this before, each one reach one to teach one. So if you're not able to purchase the book, that's okay. Do me another favor, share out the link. Go over to YouTube and subscribe. I got my girl Carla. She's hitting me up doing the profile pics for us, helping us out. It's a teamwork effort, right? So join the community, share this out, and let's make this world a better place. I am Stars Tina, your life, health, and trauma-informed coach, here to take you from good to great to amazing. And just remember, you are amazing. Talk to you soon.
The young entrepreneur was killed at a business he owned downtown.
Laying there in a puddle of his own blood at that point. Literally holding him and screaming his name as he's taking his last breath.
Gaines was 21 years old when he was murdered.
And the Emmy goes to The Tape Room, Jamal Mally Gaines.
What's going on with my son? Like, I'm sorry, your son is dead.
And the last time I saw my brother was in the hallway where he died. And I told him, you need to get a gun. You need to have more protection.
Somebody knows something. Somebody out there has some answers about what has happened.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it should not happen.
And he was still just fighting as he was going down. He went out there charging like a lion, and that's what we named this foundation after, Lion-Hearted Legend, because he had so much freaking heart.
Greatness attracts hate and jealousy and envy and greed. Yes. When what it should attract is motivation. Because that's what Marley did for me. He motivated me.